Tonight in Saskatchewan, the Rush are back in the playoffs for the first time since 2019, looking to book their ticket to the NLL semifinals. Standing in their way, the Georgia Swarm, a battle-tested group looking to make a deep run of their own. It's the Rush and the Swarm next.
Saskatchewan, champions again! Our 2022 are back-to-back NLL champions!
The countdown to face-off is presented by Castor. The postseason rolls through Saskatchewan on a Saturday night. Big games, bigger moments, and the biggest celebrations. That's what the playoffs brings us this evening. On Co-op Field, the Georgia Swarm in town to take on the Saskatchewan Rush. Single-game elimination quarterfinal matchup. Oh, it's going to be a doozy. These two teams met in the regular season, an 8-7 thriller, John.
Absolutely. Second time they're going to match up, and as you said, Cody, first one, an absolute battle going back and forth down in Georgia. Saskatchewan coming to life late. The captain, Ryan Keenan, scored the game tire in that one. Then the rookie, Josh Zawada, he scores the game winner there. But the story was in between the pipes. Frank Chiliano, absolutely outstanding for Saskatchewan. And Brett Dobson, pretty good as well. You can hold the team to 8 goals, usually means a win for you. So we'll see if that's a repeat tonight.
Yeah, the goaltending, it's going to be a matchup to watch. I'm also looking at the offense. Andrew Q for Georgia, he's been clutch all season long.
Certainly leads the team with 4 game-winning goals, and he's the guy they look to when they need one, whether that's late, whether that's for a win, whether that's just for something to change the momentum. Andrew Q is their guy. You get a look here, the 4 times he has called ball game this year. 4 different ways to score. He's a complete offensive player, Cody. One of the best lefties in the league. Had 28 goals this season, so clutch players generally step up in these moments. Look for that tonight from Andrew Q.
Yeah, 74 points on the season. Robert Church, just 1 less in the regular season, but he's coming off of a sock trick against Ottawa.
Yeah, he's heating up at the right time, and he's one of the few Rush players with significant playoff experience. He's won 3 championships. A lot of young guys going to be making their playoff debuts tonight. You got to lean on the veterans, the guys that have been there before. Watch for the Rush to lean on Robert Church tonight.
Yeah, we'll definitely dive into the playoff history as the broadcast goes along, but comparing these two teams throughout the regular season, Rush had the better record. Goals for pretty similar, goals against. The Rush, one of the best in the league at that category.
Certainly. The big one I'm looking at tonight, Cody, the face-off win percentage. Saskatchewan coming in at 56 versus 40. Jake Naso, Jeremy Thompson. It's going to be a great battle on the dot.
And that 56% for Saskatchewan, honestly, it's under Jake Naso's season total. He's at 62%. That's a pretty good difference. That's an extra 2-3 possessions a game, John.
Certainly, and that's been the biggest change here for Saskatchewan as they make their way back to the playoffs. And also, in saying that, Cody, you look at Jeremy Thompson's number him alone. He's at 48%. Meanwhile, as we talked about, Jake Naso, the rookie, nominee for Rookie of the Year this year, he comes in at 62%. But it's so huge, especially in a playoff game here where, you know, you're going to have the momentum swing to be able to get those extra opportunities off the face-off wins, Cody.
Yeah, let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. Quarterfinals, 9-8 record for Brett Dobson. Second playoff appearance for him. He lost in that Buffalo game last year. 11.82 goals against average this season and a .763 save percentage. His career record versus Saskatchewan is 2-1. 200 feet down the floor from him, Frank Chiliano. His 10th taste of playoff experience. He's 6-3 over his career. Former 18th overall pick back in 2011, had a 9.4 goals against average this season and a .795 save percentage to go along with 11-4 record against Georgia in his career. He's 4-4.
You know, Frank is going to be looking to slay some of those playoff demons he's had in the past. Can he continue his regular season success into the postseason? Meanwhile, Cody, another fun fact about Dobson versus Saskatchewan, stolen right from your game notes. He's got an .810 save percentage against Saskatchewan in the last couple of games, coming in with a .760 on the regular season. So he brings his game. It's a good matchup for Dobson against Saskatchewan. The rush offense tends to struggle against very positionally sound, large goaltenders. We saw it when Nick Rose was in between the pipes for Calgary. You've seen it with Warren Hill. Now Brett Dobson hoping that he can continue that. But we see him right now. Co-head coach Jimmy Quinlan was drawing some stuff up this morning. You and I were witness to it. We can't tip our hands, of course, of what we saw. That'd probably get us in trouble or at least banned from practices. But they were drawing stuff up. They know the task that is ahead of them as they return to the postseason for the first time since 2019.
Great coaching matchup. Ed Como versus Derek Keenan and Jimmy Quinlan. Ref is ready. Ball is down, and we are underway. It's playoff time on Co-op Field. Cody Jansen, John Fraser, and Heather Morrison with you this evening. Georgia gets the ball first. They're wearing their white road jerseys, blue buckets, gold numbers. Saskatchewan in green with black shoulders and white trim. Swarm will run it through Bomberry. Far side of the floor, kicks it up top for Jordan McIntosh. Shane Jackson, long range shot, kicked out with the left pad by Frank Chiliano.
Interesting, Jordan McIntosh, normally a defender. He's playing on offense and on special teams tonight on the power play. We saw that in warm-up. So Miles Thompson, one of the scratches for Georgia. Instead, they're letting the defender let it go. Jordan McIntosh playing a little bit of O tonight.
Brock Haley runs it over the logo. Rookie out of Whitby. Down for Robert Church. Church now cross to Mans. Mans inside feed. Keenan's all alone. Shot goes over the crossbar.
Ryan Keenan's season really started against Georgia. He'd been snake bitten for a couple games, but got one against them.
Capito the other way. They score. It's Jacob Hickey who finds the back of the net.
We talked about the importance of transition pregame on this one, Cody, and it's instead Georgia that's going to strike first on the counter attack. Joey Capito. He's had some success here in the postseason. He had the overtime winner in the Russia's last playoff game, that in 2019 when he was a member of the Mammoth. Takes this one all the way down the floor. Nice little dish, nice shot there over the shoulder of Chiliano, and the Rush, as they've been so often this season, down one early.
So McClellan steps up there, and that's what you want. You want to put a little bit of pressure on him, but Hossack grabs the guy who's nearest to the crease. Instead, they get the high trailer before the back check, and that's why it ends up in the back of the net. Basically a breakaway. And for Jacob Hickey, he had one in the regular season. He's now got one in the postseason, and Georgia, an enemy territory a minute in, have a lead.
Well, we talked about the importance of starting early and starting fast for both of these teams. Georgia striking first, but of course Saskatchewan 8-1 this season when the other team scored first.
Austin Shanks now trying to cut back to the middle as Mike Triolo going crease side. Robert Church up top, just in front of the restraining line over to Clark Walter. Walter now driving in, save made, rebounds free game, and it's grabbed by the Georgia defender. Back the other way, bit of a foot race here. Burns has a break. Burns all alone, kick saved by Chiliano.
That's what Chiliano needed, but that's twice. All five members of the Rush have been caught way down low. Almost a carbon copy of the one that led to a goal, but this time Frank the Tank Chiliano coming up with a big stop to keep this at a one-goal lead for the visitors.
Georgia loves to run in transition. Usually it's going to be the likes of Brian Cole, Jordan McIntosh. But that time, a little bit of a different look as Liam Burns had a breakaway rush, ended up turning it over on offense, though. Here goes Capito down the length of the floor. 4-on-2. Lyle Thompson's there. Inside feed for Q, and Hossack got his stick in the way.
Huge play there by Matt Hossack as he had all sorts of time and space there was Q. Gets the stick up, knocks the ball out, and that's clutch because you know if Q is in a big moment with a good look, he's going to bury one there.
Zach Mann's 35 goals of the year over to Austin Shanks. That one's punched out by Brett Dobson as a couple of former Whitby Junior A Warriors are going head-to-head. Now it's going to be Henrik. They'll give him a breakaway. Another stop by the left hat of Frank Chiliano.
Rush definitely showing some of their youth right now. It's like the moment has turned their legs into jelly. Just calm it down, get in some offensive sets, and not let Georgia run, because Georgia wants to run. They're good at it.
Here's Zach Mans now. Step down. Another save made as the Rush are trying to go short side on Brett Dobson for a couple of times here. Ryan Keenan's up top. Captain, 26 goals on the season, 73 points. Over to Robert Church. Church now around to Brock Haley pick. Back outside. Keenan's there. He'll try a backhand dish. Brock Haley bobbled it. Still 15 on the shot clock. Plenty of time. But the D-man and Mike Manley's all over him.
Yeah, that's the young Brock Haley running to his first bit of playoff defense, if you will. Manley's not going to let him by that easy. You know you're going to get an extra chop or two when the postseason's here.
McIntosh now. Far side of the floor. Waits for Q. Q had 28 goals on the season. Down to the corner. It's the rookie Connell to the middle. Big windup here, doesn't shoot. Back across. Jackson trying to go stick side, ends up in the corner. Connell again. Giuliano, calm scoop. He's now made 4 saves.
McIntosh was caught in a bad spot, ran into his own man there. That was advantage for the rush there. As again, McIntosh playing with the twos, normally plays some defense, so that is something to keep an eye on here. See if he gets maybe working into position a little bit better as this goes on.
Church pass got knocked down, trying to grab it again, running towards the crease. Shanks tried to shovel it on net, ends up rolling right to Dobson.
Yeah, a little disjointed for the rush, as I mentioned. A lot of guys making their playoff debuts. One of those guys is not Robert Church, but you're seeing guys like Haley and Mans and those guys all coming in making their postseason debut. It's just a different game in the postseason, Cody.
Inside look for Cole, ends up down for Thompson. Lyle Thompson now trying to drive inside. Thompson backhand shovel, just a little high for Jeremy Thompson. The righty getting a shift of offense in here too. Jackson inside look, that one goes off the post as Jordan McIntosh put all his weight into it.
You know, waiting to see here. Georgia running a lot of their defensive guys on offense here. That's going to allow them to just keep running because you're going to have fresh legs out there all the time. I like the strategy. Going to be interesting to see where it goes with this, Cody.
Lyle Thompson got the loose ball, but ends up throwing away. Wasn't a clean one as Saskatchewan heads south. 10:04 left to go, quarter number 1. Rush and Swarm playoffs, quarterfinals. It's a single elimination matchup here. Mance, little cutback pass, end up behind the net. Robert Church awaits. Church all the way up top. Clark Walter now moving his feet, trying to cut inside. Walter to the net. This one ends up off the backboards.
Coming to this one, Dobson, as the Georgia Swarm ran out of their tunnels, get on the floor. He ran all the way to the end boards, jumped up against them like he was a player celebrating a goal. You can tell the Swarm's young goalie, he's fired up to play Saskatchewan tonight.
Second career playoff game for him. Q now inside cut. Giuliano makes that save. Rebound was free game for a second, but he puts the paddle on it.
This looked like so many other rush games so far this season, Cody. They start a little flat. Giuliano keeps them in it, and then they start cooking. They just need to start the cooking part because Giuliano's done his job.
Remember, a week ago, they found themselves down 4-0 against Ottawa. Battle back to win 16-7. Here's Triolo outside. Look, that's off the hip of Dobson.
Triolo's been in and out of the lineup here for a coach's decision as the season's worn on, so he's going to be a little fresher than a lot of guys. See if he can use that big frame to get in behind the Georgia defense.
Rush had 6 players who dressed in all 18 games this season. Georgia had 9. Jackson give and go with Lyle Thompson. Down to the corner, here's Richie Connell. Scored his first career NLL goal against the Rush. Jackson, big bounce shot. Ends up in the netting above the glass, but it went off of Frank Giuliano, went out of play, so it'll be Georgia ball when we get back. Jacob Hickey out of Toronto opens the scoring. Georgia leads 1-0 in the quarterfinals. Center, it's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, and Heather Morrison with you. That's who we'll send it down to now. It's the third member of our team.
Thanks so much, Cody. With this quarterfinal here, the message to both teams from their coaches was very similar. It was about believing in their identity. For Swarm head coach Ed Como, that means not shifting things around at the last minute, but getting his team to just play loose, have fun, and play with some consistency. On the other side of the bench, head coach Jimmy Quinlan said his message to the team was be us. They've been working since the beginning of the season to be the type of team that excels in the playoffs. Nobody has to rise to the occasion. Nobody has to be a superhero. What they have to do is execute and be the team that they've trained themselves to be. Cody?
Well, a lot of that goes down to the man on the bench, and Derek Keenan. 1 win away from 20, would be the first coach in NLL history to accomplish that feat. But it's the Swarm with the ball, and it's an early shot that finds the back of the net. 2-0, Georgia leads.
Brendan Bomberry, the goal scorer there. A quick one out of the restart on a design play there, it looks like, for the Rush, as it was Lyle Thompson starts it up, and it was Bomberry, Johnny on the spot, got the defense a little mixed up. See here as Lyle fakes like he's going towards the net, backs it up, no look pass. Bomberry has to climb the ladder a little bit, puts it behind Giuliano. What a great no-looker there from Lyle Thompson. When you've got 52 assists on the regular season, you're pretty good sign, you're pretty good good at passing the ball right there. Always a treat to watch Lyle Thompson. Bomberry puts his team up 2-0, and it gets noticeably silent in here, Cody.
That's a great shot also because Jake Boudreau went and took away far side. So Bomberry's pump fake, kind of a second effort, allows him to pull it back and go short side, which was really the only option he had, and he squeaks that one 7-hole as Jake Naso snaps up a face-off win for the Rush. Naso's got 2 goals on the year. One of them came a week ago against Ottawa. Austin Shanks down to the corner. Barnable catches it, and now he'll go for a change. Shot for Zach Mans. Mans around a Keenan pick. Late forwards, Robert Church on the floor. 3 righties out there. Austin Shanks with it. 7 to shoot. Mans to the corner. Keenan's there. Backdoor. Haley won't get the quick stick.
And more importantly, I think for Saskatchewan, their slow start, getting 4 guys with playoff experience out there to kind of calm things down and maybe establish some sort of offensive presence, because with how good Dobson has been against Saskatchewan, you can't fall behind much more than this early.
Lyle Thompson on the restraining line. Georgia up 2-0. Shane Jackson now. Defended by Mike Messenger. He'll push him up towards the Saskatchewan players bench. Thompson, 5 on the shot clock. Out of the corner, Boudreau to defend. McIntosh won't shoot. Lyle will. Kick save made by Frank Chiliano as that one was right at his big toe.
It absolutely was. Lyle Thompson, 42 goals in the regular season. One of the favorites to win the MVP this year. Dangerous from anywhere. That's a good save by Chiliano.
Mike Triolo now. Back to the defender. Trying to put that one off the far pipe. Bounces, finds Jake Boudreau. 10 goals on the season for the defender. He'll stay and play. Austin Shanks now. Bouncer on goal. Dobson makes a save. Swallows the rebound.
Rush with 2 guys staying in play in there. Both Jake Boudreau and Holden Garland involved in that offensive set.
Garland scored against Ottawa in their last regular season game also. Rush got 37 goals in the regular season from quote-unquote defenders. That pass got picked off, though. Here goes Connor McClelland up the floor. He's got Ryan Barnable with them. Hossack's the trailer. Barnable in the corner. Rush looking to cause some chaos. Barnable still hangs on to it. McClelland's there. Mans up top. 15 on the shot clock. Now Brock Haley cuts in. Mans to the middle. Off to Haley. Haley far side look. Dobson makes a save as Haley gets run over.
Haley's been getting a few looks here, but hasn't been able to quite get it on net the way he wants to. He's one of those guys, though. He keeps shooting. Once he heats up, it's usually where he starts finding the back of the net.
McIntosh, the RIT alumni, jogs it down to the corner. Finds Shane Jackson, 2020 NLL MVP. Bomberry keeps it hot. McIntosh right through traffic. Bouncer ends up off the backboards. Little flip behind. Boudreau's all over him. McIntosh in the corner. 1 to shoot, and the 30 clock expires on him.
We saw Bomberry go in and lay an absolute huge pick on Bobby Kidd III. As I mentioned, you've got these Rush players that haven't played in a playoff game before. It's going to be more physical. You're going to take extra shots, and the refs are going to let them play. You have to be used to that. You have to be ready to take some of those hits.
Keenan backdoor. Shanks quick stick got robbed by Brett Dobson. You mentioned it. He's got an .810 save percentage against Saskatchewan in his last 2 games.
A stat I stole from you. You know, we got to give you the credit for coming up with that one.
Both games were in Gas South Arena, though. Different travel for this one, but it's been the 7-seed Swarm out to the hot start. Lyle Thompson looking to go 5-4. Chiliano denies him.
Well, in the Rush, we've mentioned a couple times, they have been a slow-starting team all season and almost bit them down at Gas South when they played Georgia. They're able to come back late in that one. Not a spot you ever want to be in front of a home playoff game. Georgia right now, dream start, first 10 minutes of this game.
Clark Walter over to Austin Shanks. Shanks has some room. Crease side, scores. Austin Shanks gets the rally towels moving.
That was the exact play we saw a couple times in shoot-around this morning, Cody. They were trying to get Austin Shanks into what I affectionately call Shanksville. Much like Alex Ovechkin in the NHL, right by that dot is where Shanks likes to set up. He normally takes the shot from there and gets the defender in a bit of a blender as he jumps out to him. Great pick there by Robert Church, as coming in on him was John Rannigan, but Church just enough to throw Rannigan off of the scent of Shanks, give Shanks the room to cut in and around from Shanksville to the net and to a Swarm lead cut in half.
Big play there by Robert Church just to open up that space, right? It's his 7th time in the NLL playoffs. It's his 21st postseason game, and you need your veterans to come through clutch. This is a 2017 rematch. A few familiar faces out there, and I think revenge is on the mind, although they might not say so. Here's Zach Mance. Shot got blocked and ends up behind the net. I think this one bounced out of play. It should be a rush ball when we come back. Austin Shanks has the latest. The Rusher down by 1 in quarter number 1 inside SaskTel Center.
Head to NLL.com/pick'em to vote for the Connection of the Month, presented by Eero today. One lucky winner will be selected to win a prize valued at $700. NLL Pick'em is the new way to get involved with weekly and monthly prizes. Everyone has a chance to win. Play today at NLL.com/pick'em. No good at the pick'em games myself, so I don't go in this, Cody, because, you know, I just don't know what's going on. But one man who does have it going on is Frank Chiliano. Early in this one, 9 saves, but Frank Chiliano's been a very different goaltender in his playoff career. There's lots of noise out there, lots of guys out there on the keyboards talking about playoff Frank, hoping to prove them wrong. He has been a little not quite as good in the postseason. You see right there his goals against going up by 2 compared to this excellent season he's had. Save percentage down by about 5%. But so far, I would say the ghosts of playoff pass haven't quite been there for Chiliano. Yeah, he's given up 2. He's made 9, and those 2 were both absolute breakaways on defensive breakdowns.
Georgia's offense going back to work. Bomberry and Hickey with markers for the Swarm. Long shot there by Bomberry. That one's going to peel some paint off the pipe once again. Ball bounces straight back to Shane Jackson, though. The assistant captain slows it down off the restart. Over to Lyle Thompson. Boudreau will defend. Lyle Thompson picks that by Cole. Cole got himself free on his backhand, though. Pass got knocked down by Boudreau. Now Hossick's going to run. Has Jake Boudreau up the floor. Matt Hossick, 4 goals on the season. Over to Boudreau. Boudreau's inside. Tie ball game. Booyah! It's 2-2.
First career playoff goal for Jake Boudreau, and he is fired up. He really created that own opportunity way back in his own end as he laid what's probably called a hard pick in the regular season. He is able to throw the body around and then just absolutely turns on the gas. Hossick and Boudreau, you mentioned it, Cody, 37 goals from defenders for the team this year. Both of those guys with several, and Boudreau just goes over Dobson in transition. Big time play there for the young guy, and he is absolutely fired up.
So I was talking to a former NLL goaltender a couple of weekends ago about Jake Boudreau scoring in transition after the Colorado game, and they said the funniest thing is that he's unpredictable in transition. A lot of D guys or, you know, players who don't get those opportunities shoot to the same spot. They got their looks. Well, Boudreau can switch it up. He's got some tools in the bag, and right there, uses it. Had 10 in the regular season. He's now got 1 in the playoffs. Even Steven, it's 2-2 on Co-op Field. Ryan Keenan now. Little back pedal. Mans is there. Mans step down, scores. Zach Mans stings the corner, and it's 3-2 rush.
First the young guy does it, then the veteran, Zach Mans. He's played a handful of playoff games in his career. He gets 1 behind Dobson there. And after Georgia started strong, the Rush have punched right back. Zach Mans stepped down. Just a big shot there from the guy that had 35 goals on this season. Big shot there for Mans. And Cody, you and I talked about there was a big thing. If the Rush were going to have success tonight, they had to get to Dobson early. He's been so good against them in his career. Although it's a brief career, he's a good goaltender. They've done that here in the dying moments of the first quarter because this was all Georgia to start.
Naso's got his 5th face-off win of the game. Messenger slows it down. Fans in the original 16 deck getting the Dobson chance going here. Church now to the middle. He won't shoot it. Walter's far side. Walter now inside. Messenger was cutting towards the middle. Ball hops free. Messenger's got it again. Spin move. Stop it. They'll say Messenger went through the crease.
Yeah, pretty cut and dry there on that one, Cody.
Little pump fake as Georgia slows it down. Jumped out to an early lead in this one. Now they find themselves down by 1 with 2:30 to go in the opening frame. Jackson down for Q. Smith got knocked down. Cute pass knocked down by Matt Hossack. NLL's leader in caused turnovers goes the other way. Hossack's got a 3-on-2. Boudreau has Church going back door. Boudreau holds on to it. Didn't like his lane. Now he gives it off for Zach Mans. Mans defended by Bomberry. Another two-way player in a Swarm sweater. Mans inside. Triolo's there. Ball ends up in the slot.
Love the two-way talent that Georgia has. That's going to be key to getting back in this one. You see it right here going for a run.
Weed him in now. Lowers the boom. Got the shot off, but it bounces wide. Barnable on the restraining line. Down for McClellan. Haley's up top. Shanks. Shanks now. Had Haley there, decided to take the shot. Ends up going wide. Barnable almost causes a turnover. Now the Rush will get it right back. Ryan Keenan has it. 80 seconds to go in the opening frame here. It's a single elimination quarterfinals in the NLL. Saskatchewan hosting a playoff game for the first time in 6 years. Robert Church to the middle. Backdoor feed. Keenan's there and he scores. Showtime in Sask. It's 4-2 Rush.
Gonna want to take a look at this one here is Ryan Keenan, when airborne through the crease. You know, on those crease plays, you always gonna see if he was able to continue hovering like he's Superman or if he made contact. But just a great play here from Ryan Keenan. Finds a little bit of space. He's been snake bitten, especially last week against Ottawa, as this time he goes airborne. The referees have a quick discussion, but the call to the floor is a goal coding. We get a great look here. There it is behind the goaltender, Dobson, and Saskatchewan gets what it's like to have playoff lacrosse back as the Dobson chants start to ring out through the arena of SaskTel Center.
Ryan Keenan was a rookie in 2017 when these two teams met inside SaskTel Center. He had 3 goals and 4 assists in that series that the Swarm won. Now he's got a goal against Georgia a mere 8 years later in the playoffs. Robert Church has it down low. About 23-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Shanks behind the net. Dunk attempt robbed by Dobson.
Great play there by Dobson getting back on that. Shanks had all sorts of time and space. Make a note of that one here, Cody, if Georgia's able to go on a run.
Haley trying to feed one for Mans. This got knocked down. Swarmer going the other way. Capito up the floor to the middle. Chiliano with the blocker. Punches it out. Boudreau has it in his own zone. 15 seconds left in the quarter. And the Rush are going to use their timeout here and go 6-on-5. You've got the opportunity to use it in that first half. Obviously, it makes sense because you don't know if you have the opportunity in the second half.
Certainly. Well,
second quarter, that is.
The Rush right now on a 4-goal run. Momentum is on their side. Georgia trying to do anything they can to get that going back their way. They started this game so strong. You saw there too, Joey Capito, the playoff vet, getting tangled up there with Brock Haley, almost drawing the youngster into a penalty, but cooler heads prevail. I love that play by Capito, getting under their skin.
Well, Jimmy Quinlan grabs the clipboard. The NLL playoffs, those continue next weekend as the Final Four meet in the semifinals. Compete for a chance to lift the NLL Cup. Watch all games on TSN, ESPN+, TSN+, and NLL+.
And we know who the winner of this one is going to face after Halifax down in Calgary earlier today there, Cody. I would have to say myself, and we talked about it a bit on the broadcast last week, Halifax to me is the championship favorite this year. I think they've just looked so good throughout the entire season. I think that anybody's going to have a hard time stopping the Thunderbirds this year.
They look good, especially when they've got home floor advantage there. Rush to go 6-on-5. The righties, Brock Haley, Robert Church, and Austin Shanks. The lefties, Zach Mans, Ryan Keenan, and Clark Walter. Jacob Hickey out on the floor. He'll put pressure on Zach Mans here. 14 seconds left to go.
Little PTSD seeing a Rush player being pressured by a Georgia defender with an empty net there, Cody. I was getting flashbacks for a few years ago.
Robert Church has to go quick. Inside cut, backdoor feed. It's behind Walter. The Rush won't get a shot off, but they lead 4-2 after 15 minutes of play. It's the captain, Ryan Keenan. He's got his first to the playoffs this year, and Saskatchewan leads 4-2 after 15 minutes on Co-op Field.
playoffs with NLL Plus for free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, the league's new multi-viewer experience, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at nll.com/plus. Territory restrictions apply. Well, as we head into the quarterfinals, they say that stats get thrown out for the playoffs, but here's a couple interesting ones we can take a look at. For the Saskatchewan Rush, in the first quarter, they are at -1 for goal differential. Now they're at +30 for the season. I asked head coach Jimmy Quinlan about it. He said, yeah, you know what? Sometimes we get a slow start. Sometimes we have trouble feeling out the other team. But as the first goal scorer of the night, Austin Shank said, we do great when we're backed into a corner, and Quinlan agreed, saying that they like to play with urgency. Now, another interesting fact here is in the second quarter, Georgia's at -15. Ed Como, the head coach, says, yeah, we do sometimes struggle in that second quarter with keeping up the urgency on the long change, but we've been working on it. So let's see now if the Swarm, like the Rush, can throw that stat right out the window. Cody?
Well, the Swarm get the face-off win. It's Jeremy Thompson's second of the contest. Lyle Thompson has it up top. Andrew Q along the restraining line. Georgia scored the opening 2 in this game. Thompson, little back pedal, defended by Boudreau. Flip inside, Q can't shoot it. Bomberry now. Right-handed shooter, he was on the right side of the floor. Bomberry now, driving, one hand on his stick. Twister on goal, kick save made by Shiliano.
Be interested to see if Georgia can flip the script here on those second quarters. Great stats there from Heather. We've seen it firsthand, Cody, in this building, how slow Saskatchewan can start. Georgia came out and proved that. Now Georgia, they have been getting some momentum building here. See if they can snap the Rush's 4-goal run here and break their second quarter blues.
Here's Zach Mans looking for his second. Got blocked, and then he played it after going through the crease.
Yeah, Zach Mans, he had gone a little cold to stop the regular season there, Cody, but has turned it back on here early in this one, playing with a little bit more energy early on, and has the 1 goal tonight.
Q to the middle. Had his hands free for a second, and then Matt Hosick got his stick in the way. Lyle Thompson. Hard pick got set there as Garland got taken to the turf.
Yeah, the ref's been nice and consistent with that, Cody. That one going a little bit too far over, but it's been a physical battle. Great job by our officiating crew to let the guys get away with it, let them play. That's what you want to see in a postseason game.
Robert Church now. Low bouncer, trying to go short side. Triolo won't grab the loose ball. Got grabbed by Jeff Henrik. The Ohio State product in transition. Triolo's on the back check. He'll have to play some defense here. Jackson heads down to the corner. He'll get the ball. Defended by Bobby Kidd III. Playing in his first NLL playoff game. Jackson up top for Connell. Connell, a little bit of a fake. It's down to Lyle Thompson. Thompson now. Little pass. Bomberry far side. That goes wide.
Second time we've seen a no-look pass on the money from Lyle Thompson. Man, is he ever good.
Walter off the bench. Stopped by Thompson. Huge save there as the Rush get one of their better chances in transition. Back the other way. Here come the Swarm as Shiliano. Not forced to make a save. This one's going to pop into row 4.
This is one of the few matchups, Cody, I think we've seen that both teams are completely okay with a track meet. They've got all the guys that can score going all the time.
We say track meet, but they played to an 8-7 game earlier this season. We got 2 fine goaltenders in this one as well, as Hosick ends up dropping that pass. It's scooped up by Seth Van Scheppen, picked up from Calgary in the offseason. Here's McIntosh, inside look, Cole's all alone, and he's stripped of the ball by Boudreau.
Great job by Boudreau getting back there, creating that turnover. That was a grade A chance for the Swarm.
Q, spin move, has to cut back. Messenger trying to push him into the boards. Up top, Cole's there, big windup, that's blocked by Boudreau. Lyle Thompson now, bouncer got stopped by Shiliano, rebound. Ends up going off the glass as Messenger heads over half. Messenger now, one-on-one with Hickey. As Triolo up top. Triolo's had a few shots here early on. He's had a couple of big games this season as well. Multiple 4-goal games. Churchill sent the pin. Pass over to Keenan. It's behind him, though.
Rush looking a little disjointed. Meanwhile, Georgia looking to run it all the time. We mentioned, Cody, you said there was an 8-7 final in their other meeting. Already 4-2 in this one, but that's largely because of the goaltending. It's been a battle again tonight.
Jackson. Pass back there. Another hard pick got set behind the plate. Garland up the floor though. Triolo's got a break. Mike Triolo stopped by Dobson.
Good job there by Thompson getting back just to at least cause some interference with Triolo on the breakaway. Lyle Thompson's getting on his horse there to play some D.
Thompson was held goalless in their meeting back in March. Largely in part to Jake Boudreau, loving the assignment against league's top righties. Here's McIntosh on the wheel. McIntosh right to the middle, all alone, stopped by Chiliano.
Frank Chiliano, after giving up the opening 2 of this one on the first 9 shots, has gone 7 more shots without allowing a goal, and those are off of some serious grade A chances by the Swarm, Cody.
Keenan has Church up top. Shanks one in the opening quarter. Little fake pass down to the corner. Keenan back for Mans. 6 on the shot clock. Mans has it behind the net all the way up top. Robert Church, 5 full attempt.
Mans caught on the wrong side of the road, couldn't get a shot away on that one. He was on the wrong side. Hard to shoot unless you can switch hands, and not many guys at this level can do that. It's such a skill.
Jeremy Thompson, former member of the Saskatchewan Rush, hands it off. Offense on the floor, 9:46 left to go in the opening half. Bomberry, far side, scores! Bomberry's got his second of the contest, and the lead's cut in half.
Bomberry's been big coming into this one. Only 13 goals in the regular season, but already 2 tonight. He's looked like a great piece of this Georgia offense, and especially when you're on that same right side as Lyle Thompson, 2 things are going to happen. A, you're going to get dishes from Thompson, or B, you're going to be drawing the secondary defensive assignments, and you're going to have to take advantage. So Bomberry doing his part so far in this one, taking advantage of the opportunities he's been given as the Rush D has had to focus so much on the ultra-dangerous Lyle Thompson. So Bomberry's got both playoff goals tonight.
Average less than a goal a game in the regular season. He's got 2, and it matters most. Georgia down by 1.
Well, I like the way they're using him, right? Thompson and Q are getting taken away a little bit, and that's giving Bomberry time and space, and now Georgia's starting to recognize that and get him the ball.
Naso back on defense here. McIntosh drives inside, and he scores. Oh, they'll wave this one off. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a red towel on the turf. But as it stands right now, the Rush have a 4-3 lead. Ed Como grabs the iPad. We'll head off to break. Bomberry has the latest, and Georgia trails by 1. Loading Lacrosse just announced their first ever lacrosse hit. The win is built by lacrosse players for lacrosse players. Get yours today at loadinglacrosse.com. It's the players' brand.
Last time Georgia was here for a postseason game, Cody. It's funny, all 3 of us on our broadcast team were in the building that night. Myself, you, and Heather. None of us were in the broadcast booth, but we all were bearing witness to this. This is still a series of goals that I get questioned about to this day. As the Rush back in 2017, they had pulled the goalie. They'd gone 6-on-6 trying to defend a lead. It backfires, empty netter Georgia, and then Miles Thompson with the overtime winner to win the championship right here at SaskTel Center. I still get asked questions about that goal, Cody.
Well, that's what stopped the 3-peat, right? Pushed the Rush's 3rd championship back a year. That was 2018 over the Rochester Nighthawks. Miles Thompson, Liam McGrath to the scratches for Georgia tonight. As for Saskatchewan, Levi Anderson, Keegan Bell are out of the lineup. Rush offense on the floor. 9 minutes left to go in the second. Zach Mance scored in the opening quarter. 10th playoff goal for Mance. Walter back, 7 to shoot. This one bounces its way out of play.
Gonna say that went off the goaltender. Dobson gets credited with the save, and then the Rush will take over there as that one ends up as a souvenir for one of the fans of the front row.
Walter's had a couple of shots in this one. Few opportunities as Austin Shanks now. Low bouncer rolls into the end boards. Walter has it again, 20 on the shot clock. Austin Shanks, first goal of the game for Saskatchewan. Walter down for captain Ryan Keenan. 10 on the shot clock. Keenan backs his way to the middle. That shot got stopped, and Walter's got another reset.
Walter could have caught that clean. He would have had a grade A opportunity to dunk that one, but I don't think he saw it coming. Hit him in the midsection.
Extended offensive possession. Mance for Walter. 15 on the shot clock. Walter scores! Clark Walter bounces one home. The lead's back up to 2.
It took him 3 tries in the same set, but Clark Walter finally puts one behind Dobson. 3 shots there in the extended offensive series, and that is just so hard as a defender. Running down offensive guys over and over and over again with the resets. This time you see there, Clark Walter taking advantage of a bit of a miscommunication. Capito steps back after running into Mans, and he's got his opportunity to go low to low, and Clark Walter has his first of the playoffs and first career playoff goal.
I love talking to forwards about those bounce shots, right, and how intentional it is. And I think that the number one response I get is that it's always, oh, it's just how I feel in warm-ups. You know, maybe in shoot-around in the morning. If I feel I've found that spot in the turf that's working, that's what I'm going to do. It's not something that they go into every single game planning to do, but if you're feeling it, it works. And that one for Clark Walter, it dropped. And I guarantee you he shot a few of those earlier today.
Well, I think we were firsthand to see it, Cody. He was shooting down at that end. That's the end he was practicing at.
Ryan Keenan now, 10 on the shot clock. That pass got swatted away. Good defense right there as the Swarm are going to head north. Back the other way, breakaway opportunity. Wiedemann, transition attempt, stopped by Chiliano.
That's the second breakaway Frank Chiliano has stopped in a row. Georgia always dangerous on that. They have no problem running the ball, and they score a lot based off of it.
Shots are 19 apiece here on Co-op Field. It's Cody Janza, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening. Clark Walter does it on the shot clock. Outside, Austin Shanks, far side. Shoulder save made by Dobson. Keenan has it again. Little flip got knocked down by McIntosh.
You can already see the Georgia defense. They're starting to adjust to when Austin Shanks is getting open. As I mentioned earlier, the rush this morning in shoot-around, working on design plays to get Shanks into the opening spot where he likes to be, just below that one face-off dot. But Georgia's caught on to that already, and he's always got a stick in front of him now.
McIntosh goes for a change. Might be the first time I've seen him do that this game. He plays both sides of the floor fluently. Lyle Thompson up top. Q wrong side of the road. This one's going to end up in row 1.
And that's one of the things that makes the Georgia Swarm so unique. You don't see a lot of teams do this. You might have a guy or two that do it, but Georgia's got a handful of guys that will just stay and play, and you know, vice versa. Guys that can also go and play defense. You saw Lyle Thompson, their top scorer, out on defense there not too long ago, Cody. And both these guys showing how talented they are to be able to do it both ways.
Ryan Keenan rolls around a seal by Walter. Brock Haley, 2 assists in the contest. Haley now driving, trying to go 5-hole tonight.
You can tell the Rush want to run some things through Brock Haley, thinking that the rookie who can shoot, had a great rookie season, might be not the guy that they're going to pay attention to. Similar to Bomberry here for Georgia. He's not going to be getting the top defensive assignment, so maybe let him cook a bit.
Connell's pass just a little ahead of Brian Cole. He had 33 goals on the season. McIntosh out the front gate this shift. Over to Q. Q defended by Jake. Push back, 3 on the shot clock. Adam J's all over him. Q to the middle. Got it on goal, though. And he's denied by Chiliano, but he draws a penalty.
Yeah, that's great work by Q. He is one of the most dangerous players in clutch moments. And sometimes being clutch isn't always coming up with a goal. It's drawing a big penalty right here as Q could not be stopped. But cut and dry as it gets for a penalty here for Adam J heading to the bin of sin.
Halifax minor penalty number 47, 2 minutes holding.
Georgia's power play 42% on the year, while the Rush's penalty kills at 61%. Here's the penalty. You look at Jay, uses that free hand and the glove to grab on a little bit too much. Georgia on the power play, lefty strong look. Thompson. Behind the net is Jackson and Bomberry. Cole's going for a jog here. A little bit of a wheel. Lyle Thompson to the middle. Q. Step down behind the net. Trying the dunk attempt was Jackson. Didn't corral the pass cleanly. Now Garland punches this one out to the corner, and he can just sit on this and kill some more clock.
Smart move there by Holden Garland to just let the shot clock expire before picking it up. Killing some more time on the penalty. Veteran maneuver there by Garland.
crazy. This is Garland's first playoff game.
Right.
Also. Feels like he has been here forever. But it's also felt like forever since the Rush have had a home playoff game. Short-handed, though, Saskatchewan has scored 7 times this season. Mann's far side. That'll ping the pipe.
You can tell Mann's got a look there that he liked. He stepped on the gas and went down low.
Georgia only allowed 4 short-handed goals this season. Rush got 2 shorties from Clark Walter and Jake Boudreau in the regular season. Church and Shanks happy to eat some clock here.
Well, after the reset by ringing iron there from Mann's, a great position for them to be in. Between the Mann's opportunity and Garland there, they killed off about an extra 40 seconds of this power play, Cody. That's some good penalty killing work. That's why they were number 2 in the league this year.
Adam Jays out of the sin bin in 22 seconds or less. Brian Cole up top. Lefty strong look. Thompson down to the corner. Back up top for Q. He's got his hands free. Step down into one, and Frank Ciliano a big stop.
His best look so far of the opening half. Can't let him have too many of those if you're cheering for the guys in green. Meanwhile, if you're watching at home, want the guys in white to win, you want to see more of that.
Lyle Thompson shot got soaked by Holden Garland. Now up the floor, it's Adam Jay. Adam Jay's on a partial break. Low to low, stop by Thompson.
Adam Jay, not a noted goal scorer, but did have 4 goals on the season. Good opportunity to come out of the bin of sin, Cody.
Yeah, 4 was a career high for him. He also had 9 points. Clark Walter has the latest. The Rush lead 5-3 on Co-op Field.
Two teams have already punched their tickets to the semifinals, that being Halifax and Buffalo. It's been a long time since Saskatchewan's had a playoff game. Now we go down to Heather Morrison with more on that.
Well, I gotta admit, guys, I'm having trouble hearing you tonight because Rush Nation is just so excited to have playoffs back in the building. It's been a bit of a drought for this team. Now, I happened to speak with a fan. His name's Dustin. He told me his first ever Rush game was in 2016 when the Rush won the championship. It was their first season here in Saskatoon, and he said it was as if this Rush Nation had had this team in their belt for years. And so that's how the ownership, these Rush fans feel. Now they went in 2017, 2018. Here we're seeing 2019, the last time the Rush Nation was able to celebrate a playoff in this building. I know the players are so glad to be back, but the fans sure are too. Guys?
Heather, I can tell you that 2016 is the loudest I've ever heard this building, and I've seen Metallica here, Cody.
Yeah, I mean, some people say World Juniors. I beg to disagree. It was 2016 without a doubt. Back underway, though, Georgia looking for a response. Brian Cole shot got stopped by Frank Ciliano. Messenger up the floor, 3-on-2. Messenger down the middle. That shot got soaked. I believe that was Henrik. Got his shoulder in the way. Hossack finds a loose ball, though. Bounces it over to Ryan Keenan. Zach Mann's up top. Over to Austin Shanks. Shanks has 13 goals in 8 playoff games in his NLL career. Down for Mans into the corner. Dozen on the shot clock. Mans doesn't let it fly. Church now, defender all over him. Back over to Walter, and Dobson gone over there. Read that one. Perfect. Either way, Bobby Kidd the third. Getting back on defense. Henrik spin move. Had some free space. Decided not to go inside. Long shift for him, and after that shot block too, decides to hand it off for the change. Here's Thompson. Lyle Thompson on the roll. Plenty of space. Try to float that one far side. Frank Ciliano now scoops it up in the crease.
It's interesting, Cody, heading into this quarter, we talked about how this was one of the Rush's strongest quarters during the regular season, one of the weakest for Georgia. Well, I'd be calling this a victory so far for the Georgia Swarm. Just 1 goal aside so far for these 2 clubs in this quarter.
Zach Mance over to Triolo. Big wind-up, bounces this one. Mance has it back, though. 7 on the shot clock. Still time to play with. Brock Haley, couple of assists tonight already. Haley inside. Keenan with the quick stick. He's robbed by Dobson.
Great save there by Dobson. Keenan had a grade A opportunity right outside the crease, but Dobson comes up big.
Hugh back the other way. Goalie's going save for save here in SaskTel Center.
Looking like a carbon copy of the game that you got to call on the radio there down at Gas South Arena, Cody. A goaltender's duel has emerged in this second quarter.
Lyle Thompson, spin back. Garland got knocked down. McIntosh stepped out. Off the half wall. Lyle Thompson again. Bright yellow shoes up top for Q. Pass a little hot to handle. Bobbled it once, bobbled it twice as Messenger knocks it down, punches it forward. Messenger trying to go past Van Scheppen. It's a 2-on-1. Hossik's there. Hossick back for Messenger. Diving twister, scores! Somebody call Sports Center.
A diving twister that goes low to high, Cody. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Here I thought that Georgia had broken it up. Seth Van Scheppen did just enough to just kind of cause a delay in this play. You're going to see it here as it's by the bench after he creates a turnover. Van Scheppen gets out, gets in front of Messenger. Looks like the danger's controlled there, but then you just see this absolute insane under the arm twister play by Mike Messenger. I can tell you, Cody, that is the nicest goal Mike Messenger has scored in his career. I've been here a long time. He's loved in this city for both bringing his dog to practice and his big hits. I don't think I've ever seen him score a goal quite like that. Just unbelievable there. I thought for sure Van Scheppen had that broken up too, Cody.
Not a lot of players work on their craft more than Mike Messenger, and that's an all-round game. He's the first one in the building every single weekend, and he probably puts up as many shots as the best goal scorers in the league. Georgia looking for a response. It's the rookie Connell. Puts this one up near the bucket of Frank Scigliano.
I think Scigliano got that either right around the collarbone area there as he's going to sprint off. The Rush are going to go empty net here.
That might have just got the whistle to stop the clock, and then they can go 6-on-5. I know that buzzed the tower, though, too. But, hey, veteran move as Frank Scigliano allows the Rush to pull the goalie.
He got healthy in a hurry there, Cody, I tell you what. Looking like Wolverine regenerating there.
Ryan Keenan up top, switches spots with Mans. Over to Church, backdoor Keenan. Church trying to grab it behind the net. They won't get a shot on goal, and the empty net opportunity bounces wide as well.
Yeah, what an absolute veteran play there. And I know people watching back in Georgia right now probably not too thrilled with that as Scigliano went down to draw the whistle so Saskatchewan could take their time. But when he's been in the playoffs this many times and trying to fight those playoffs demons, you know he's going to do everything he can to go ahead and break that. And really, he's take a serious run at his first championship ring. He hasn't had an opportunity. One guy that is fairly new to the playoffs but has been here before, that's the captain, Ryan Keenan. It's been a while when you know you're talking about Ryan Keenan not playing a ton of playoff games. The captain Keenan down there with Heather Morrison. Heather, take it away.
So Ryan, one of the things your coach talked a lot about today was details, those little extra efforts. As your captain, are you liking what you're seeing from your team in terms of those little tiny touches to the game?
Yeah, pretty good. We're getting really good looks. Our defense has been really sharp, and Frankie and I, we you know, like I said, really good looks, but we a few mistakes. You know, we could have more. We got to bear down, put a few more in the net, but pretty good so far.
All right, let's talk about what do you want to sharpen up in the second half?
Just our execution, I think, on offense. Being a little smarter. You know, I made a few mistakes there, not using 30-second clocks and loose balls, and we got to play our tempo, our pace, take away their transition, and we'll be good.
Thanks for your time, Ryan. Good luck in the second half.
And an assist in the opening half. The Rush have 7 players with multiple points in the opening 30 minutes, but Georgia not going down without a fight. Quarterfinals, Saskatchewan, Georgia. They put on a show. Halftime coming up next. At the half here on Co-op Field inside SaskTel Center, it is 6-3. The Saskatchewan Rush leading the Georgia Swarm. Single elimination quarterfinal. The NLL playoffs are underway, and boy, Rush Nation's had to wait 6 years for this one. It's been a battle, and the goals maybe a little bit more than we actually anticipated.
Certainly. I thought we were going to see another low-scoring game like when these teams first met, an 8-7 final with goals coming late, but in the first half we had 9 goals, and it looked like Georgia was going to come out and They did actually silence Saskatchewan Center with those first 2 goals. Bomberry's second one, but then it was Austin Shanks. You could tell the momentum started to shift there. Jake Boudreau, that to me, the crowd got back in it there. The young man with his first career playoff goal. Man's kind of the big one. It was that 4-goal run that really brought the crowd back into it, and that's when the Rush are the best. But Bomberry's having himself a first half. Lots of attention drawn to Lyle Thompson. Bomberry stepping up. Clark Walter there after going 3 shots, 3 saves. He was robbed by Dobson. The third try was the sweetest one because it actually went behind the goaltender there.
Yeah, and I think, like Dobson's been awesome. Frank Giuliano's been really good across the floor, though. 21 stops in that opening 30 minutes of play. A bit of a difference maker because Georgia did get out to a hot start, and it was the veteran goalie who slowed things down.
And you know what? I'm going to have a little bit of bias here just because I've gotten to know the guy as he's been here in Saskatchewan. But after all the noise out there, even when they signed him, but he's not great in the playoffs. He's not great in the playoffs. You hear that all over the social media sphere. For him to come out and just a genuinely good human being to come out and kind of put some of those demons behind him. We showed the graphic of his inflated stats in the postseason versus his regular season. He's been spectacular for the Rush here. And again, legitimately, as a human being, could not be happier for him.
Stats in that opening half. Shots on goal, 28-24 in favor of the Rush. Jake Naso, 8 for 11 at the dot. Power plays, Georgia was 0 for 1. The Rush actually scored on a delayed penalty. It doesn't count as a power play opportunity, though. They're up in the loose ball battle, 37-33. Turnovers, 12 apiece. But the numbers that matter the most, the Rush have 6 in the goal column. Georgia has 3. Halftime continues next. Taking a look around the National Lacrosse League. It's quarterfinal weekend. Yesterday, an absolute defensive masterclass. Buffalo held San Diego to 4 goals, 3 goals through 59 minutes and 59 seconds, and 5-4 win for the Bandits in that one.
Both those goals, goals to end the halves, Cody, to end the game and to end the first half, coming with under a 1/10 of a second left. It was so cool to watch that. What a standout performance by Matt Vince, too, in the Buffalo net. He was unbelievable. You will never tell me. That guy's found the fountain of youth and needs to share it with all of us.
Yeah, what a run for him. Earlier today, it was Halifax topping Calgary. First ever home game for the Thunderbirds in the playoffs, 16-12 winners in that one. That means Halifax gets the winner of tonight's game.
So, they've probably now tuned in as they're having a bit of a celebration there in Halifax. I'm sure the Nest was going absolutely nuts. Great to see them come up with their first playoff home win. You know that city loves Halifax.
Heave away 16 times against Nick Rose and company is just crazy. And then Vancouver up 4-1 on Rochester. The winner of that game will meet Buffalo as you get a look at the brackets here.
Vancouver's been undefeated since the Christian Del Bianco trade. So no matter what, you're going to have just a phenomenal matchup here coming up. Buffalo, Halifax, they know they're in. You're going to see whoever deserves to win both those games. They're going to play great. They're going to have a tough semifinals matchup. That's what I love about the NLL playoffs. There's no free bingo spaces. You're going to get yourself a tough opponent. You're going to have to battle to make the final. You're going to have to earn it, Cody.
Winner of Saskatchewan and Georgia gets Halifax in round 2. Rush are up 6-3 on the Swarm. Third quarter action coming up after the break from Co-op Field inside Saskatchewan Center. Six years since Saskatchewan's hosted a playoff game, and the Rush are up 6-3 on the Georgia Swarm. Let's take a look at our game leaders here in this quarterfinal matchup, as Ryan Keenan has a goal and an assist for the Rush. Robert Church and Brock Haley both have 2 assists. Brendan Bomberry, a couple of goals for Georgia. Frank Giuliano, 21 saves in the opening half. Brent Dobson had 22 saves across the floor. Timely saves, I would say, for each goaltender, because both teams have gotten on runs and the goalies have settled it down.
Certainly, that's what they've been doing. But I think, speaking of the runs, the Rush on a 6-1 run since the second TV timeout in the first quarter. To me, they got to keep the offensive pressure going. Meanwhile, if you're Georgia, you've had success in transition. Step on the gas, run it at Saskatchewan every chance you get.
And there's the guy who has been keeping the pressure on, because every time there's two players meeting at the dot, Jake Naso seemingly seems to be getting Saskatchewan the ball. And that means your offense is on the floor, which is generally your best defense. Brock Haley swings it down. Shanks backdoor. Was looking for Ryan Keenan. Maddens climbs the ladder. Inside feed. Haley twister. Dobson somehow, some way keeps it out.
What an incredible passing play and an even better save there, Dobson, as he shuts down the area betwixt his pants and is able to keep that one out after a tic-tac-toe play.
Lyle Thompson scores. 46 seconds into the second half, Lyle Thompson has his first of the game.
You couldn't draw that up any better if you're a Georgia fan or player. You come up with a big stop in your own end, and then just Lyle Thompson going, you know what, you're not shutting me down anymore. He gets the matchup he wants as he's able to slide away from Messenger and Hossack. He gets on Connor McClelland, and he's able to just go one-on-one against McClelland, beat it over the shoulder of Chiliano. And as good as Chiliano's been in this game, Lyle Thompson from that spot is not gonna miss. His first of the playoffs, he had 42 in the regular season, 94 points, Cody, and a lot of people think he may be the MVP favorite.
Yeah, you can't let a guy walk down Main Street like that if you're Saskatchewan. Lyle Thompson will make you pay. Clark Walter. One goal in the opening half for the one they call Sparky at a Limestone College. Zach Mann's bouncer goes wide, but a penalty's coming up against Clark Walter, and now a couple extra words are exchanged. But Saskatchewan got to go to the sin bin. Georgia's power play, second opportunity of the game.
Everything's coming up Georgia right now. Big save Dobson, goal Thompson, and now they're going to have a power play for 2, maybe even 5 minutes here. I think we're going to have a discussion there as the Georgia players shaken up. It's not hockey. It's not automatic if there's, you know, maybe some blood coming out or something like that, but it does look like a hard hit. So we got the cross-checking call. The in-house mic's not working on our officiating crew, so we're going to have to check our score sheet.
It is a 5, though, so there will be an automatic review here.
Which you kind of know is happening. Whenever you've got a guy injured like that on a big cross-check, you are going to see the 5, because that's the thing the league has done a good job of, is removing that head contact, and you have to protect your players as you're absolutely taking a look at that exact scenario here. Clark Walter gets up high on the hit, on the cross-check. It's an illegal cross-check. That's cut and dry. Now we're going to get the second look, and this is what I love, though, here with the league. We know it's a penalty, but if it wasn't, if there was a mistake, they can rescind that penalty. They can drop it down to a 2-minute. But as we start getting looks at it here in the building, I think we might be seeing a 5-minute call here, Cody. It looks like the principal point of contact was the head, and that's what they're looking for.
Well, here's the replay on your screen. The cross-check gets up high on Capito. Now, Capito is definitely crouched down to set the pick, almost a bee sting, if you will. But for Walter, you are responsible for your own stick, and it kind of rides up the arm. So that's where it's going to come to the ref's discretion. Is that first point of contact the arm, and does that ride the stick up to the head? Or was that going for the head no matter what?
Well, I think the look that we're getting here is as you see it right here on your screen, it doesn't look like it rides up. It almost looks like he makes contact directly with the left side of Capito's neck, as that one rattles his helmet a little bit there. And again, as you mentioned, he's in a crouch position, but you are responsible for where you're going to make contact. And it looks like that is straight to Capito's neck, and we're going to see what our officiating crew saw. And
Looks
again,
like the 5 is going to be upheld.
yes, absolutely. The in-house mic's not working here, so you can't hear it on the broadcast, but we can read hand signals, and I can tell the difference between 2 minutes and 5 minutes when you hold it up like that. So 5-minute power play here for Georgia. They can score twice before going back to 5-on-5.
Second power play game of the game for the Swarm. 42% on the season. Brian Cole's up top. He'll step down and he scores right under the bar. Brian Cole has his first of the playoffs.
Perfectly drawn up there as Cole is Johnny on the spot, and with the delay because of the review, you know that they were able to draw something up right on that Georgia bench, and Cole is the winner of the first goal competition here on the power play. Thompson, again, barely looking at him. Cole realizes that neither defender is going to step up on him. He's just going to use them as a screen and take that high shot. Goes right between the sticks and over the shoulder of Chiliano, using the penalty killers at a screen. And now it's all Georgia here to start the second half. 2 goals in the first 2 minutes, Cody. And now another 4 minutes, 47 seconds of man-up time.
Yeah, third quarters have been a bit of an issue for Saskatchewan this season. As for Brian Cole, he was a rookie back in 2017 when the Swarm were here. He had 1 goal in that series. Picking up a championship in your first year, that's always a press of fate. Boudreau to Shanks. Goes off the post. Transition opportunity. Rush are still short-handed here. Hosick back over to Shanks. Short side, scores. It's a shorty for Shanks, and the Rush have stopped the bleeding.
The Rush needed that goal right there by Austin Shanks. I like the mix-up there by Shanks. Everybody in the world and everybody watching this broadcast knows where Shanks wants to go. It's far side. Well, he gets some iron in his diet on the first try. Then great job by Hosick. Shanks just sneaks back there and then goes short side, which I think of his 30-some goals this year, Cody, one of them might have been to the short side, mixes it up there on Dobson, and he goes up and over the shoulder. And that was a big goal here for the home crowd to get them back in this after what had been a lackluster start for the home team and a great start for the road team.
Shanks now has 14 goals in the NLL playoffs. If you remember back to his first playoff game, he actually had 4 goals. That was as a member of the Rochester Nighthawks back in 2018.
He's just like Andrew Q. He's just one of these guys that steps up most when it matters. So many of his goals this year, if you watch Rush games, just like Andrew Q for Georgia, they come at big times. They're momentum-changing goals. They're game-changing goals.
Ball ends up on the turf. Georgia still on the power play for the next 4 minutes or less. Remember, they've already scored once on this power play. If they score again, then it's back to even strength. But Clark Walter has to serve the remainder of his major penalty before he can get out of jail free. Brian Cole behind the back flip. Jackson keeps it hot. Cole back to Jackson. Quick stick opportunity, won't connect. Messenger now kicks it around a little bit, trying to eat the rest of the shot clock. He'll boot it one more time into the corner, and the Rush can kill off a 30 clock.
Messenger with the fancy footwork there. Looked like he was playing hacky sack for a minute, Cody. Kicking it around, keeping that shot clock ticking, because a 5-minute kill is hard to do, especially for your penalty killing specialist. That's a lot of running, so the more time you can kill, the better. And it's little moves like that that count off the seconds.
It was a dangerous pass over to Ryan Keenan, and then when Keenan tried to throw it away, it got deflected into Georgia's bench. So the shot clock gets reset one more time, and the Rush can play keep point. They've allowed a power play goal, but they've scored a shorthanded goal so far. Triolo back over to Keenan. Keenan surveys. Wiedemann's on him. Keenan inside feed. Church is in the corner. Won't grab it to get a shot on goal, so the Swarm will head the other way.
Great job there by Liam Burns as he recognized that Triolo was the man the ball was coming towards, got on him as quick as he could and broke up that chance.
Marquette product like Connor McClellan's on the Saskatchewan Rush. Hugh and Cole play pass up top. Lyle tops it for Cole. Little drag. Trying to throw a twister. That one got deflected by Boudreau. And then a hard hit in the boards by Messenger. Over to Lyle Thompson. Scored up high earlier. This time he tried to go low to low, and it's going to bounce all the way back to his own goaltender.
We talked about some of the quirks of when guys are shooting, they know where things are going to bounce earlier in the first half, Cody. That is one thing here. The boards at SaskTel Center are super lively. You saw it there as Lyle went low to low. He had the opening, but it bounces all the way back, and now advantage Saskatchewan again on the penalty kill.
So Georgia scored on their opening power play like 5 seconds in. Didn't really play with their food, and Cole just let it rip. Now they're trying that extra pass here, and it just hasn't been working. Wonder if Ed Como and company switch back. Brock Haley got a shot on goal, and he battles to grab his own rebound as well. Speedster out of Whitby. 100-plus goals in juniors a couple summers ago with the Junior A Warriors.
Is that good?
Pretty good. Floats one over to Zach Mans. Mans now playing in his 10th NLL playoff game. On the restraining line. Mans down low. Triolo caught it with one hand on his stick. Little spin. Triolo's inside, denied by Dobson. Now Brock Haley gets taken out, takes an elbow for extra measure, and Jeff Henrik is going to go to the sin bin.
Call on the floor for a hold as Haley and Triolo were getting everybody all mixed up there. You see some extra pushing and shoving now. This is where the Georgia veterans are trying to get the young Brock Haley to go ahead and take one and even it up. Looked like he wanted to for a second, but cooler heads prevailed there as we saw the old wrestling move take Brock Haley down. Him and Triolo were absolutely battling in front of the net. On that penalty kill, they were killing a bunch of time, and you just saw it just going a little bit too much over the line, getting that free hand out. And you know when that free hand comes out, Cody, it's going to be a holding call.
Church up top for Shanks. 4-on-4, plenty of space out there. Shanks, pass intended for Church, that got knocked out. Other way, here goes Wiedemann. Wiedemann now, the lefty, little backhand scoop. Opportunity, knocks and they score. It's McIntosh, goes post in.
The Oakville product, and Cody, if I had a chance to say it, I would have mentioned that I think 4-on-4 advantage Georgia. They have so many great two-way players, McIntosh being one of them. As you mentioned, he's just on the spot there. A bit of a blown defensive assignment as Zach Mans was stuck out on defense for Saskatchewan. McIntosh finds the ball, and he's not going to miss from there. All those two-way threats, this is advantage Georgia the longer this is at 4-on-4.
3 forwards caught back on defense. Now when it's 4-on-4, that's not the most unexpected thing. But those missed assignments are possible to happen. And Georgia makes some pays with their two-way players. They're as dangerous as they come in the league. Buffalo found out the hard way a week ago also, right? This is a team that's been playing playoff games for weeks. Mans now, outside look, trying to get inside. Shot goes on net. He got pushed into the crease though. Dobson makes the save. Whistle gets blown at 9:43 left to go in the third quarter. Means we're going off to another TV timeout. 7-6. Saskatchewan leads. Austin Shanks has his second of the game.
NLL Box Out with Mackey and Coop. It's the league's new podcast. Your home for player interviews, expert analysis, and all things NLL. Twice a week on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Big story that I'm sure we'll hear them break down, or heard them break down heading this one, is the playoff inexperience of the Saskatchewan team. When you look at the graphic there, Georgia's got 115 career playoff games. Saskatchewan only 83. Doesn't seem like that big of a difference, but that comes from just 7 guys, Cody, as 11 Rush players are playing their first postseason game tonight. I think that's the most I've ever seen in anybody's lineup.
Well, and you can't microwave success, especially in this league where this experience is so valuable, especially in a short playoff span. Georgia learned the hard way last year against Buffalo, a crushing overtime loss in the quarterfinals. They're looking to advance an extra round as Lyle Thompson with the ball right now. 4-on-4, plenty of space out there. Shane Jackson, 2020 NLL MVP over to Lyle Thompson. Thompson lets that go. Save made, rebound. Oh my goodness. Frank Chiliano on the rebound. Larceny.
That is the stuff that you do in your driveway when you're having fun with your friends. That's not a save that's made in the National Lacrosse League. Just an insane stick save there from Frank Chiliano, and a big one for the Rush as Georgia have come up off the mat like the Undertaker as they've started the second half.
Ryan Keenan back for Mans. Mans now 5 to shoot over to Church. 5-hole attempt. Dobson makes a save as Church gets knocked over.
And that's 2 10-bellers we've had already in this half as Dobson started with one of his own early on, then Chiliano with the stick save of the season.
Thompson trying to go far side again. Rebound grab by Jarrett Smith. It's one of 2 Manitoba products in the NLL this season. Smith up the floor, hands it off to Connor McClelland. Robert Church, near side. 3 NLL championships for Robert Church. Over to Clark Walter, back for Mans. Mans now cross-check to the throat as Georgia scoops up the loose ball. Mans slow to peel himself off the turf. Refs say it's fine. Walter caught back on defense. McIntosh is there as well. Bomberry's up top. He's on hat-trick once. 2 in the game already. Swarm down by 1. Bomberry, 10 on the shot clock. Finds Jackson. Jackson now. Bouncer on goal. Frank Chiliano won't give up a rebound.
Rush now paying a little bit more attention to Bomberry. He was definitely their best offensive player to me in the first half. Second half has early on been the Lyle Thompson show as he's found a way to get himself open. And you know he's going to do great things when he does that.
Mans back on the floor. Over to Austin Shanks. Far side. Just outside that left pipe. Capito back the other way. Capito transition opportunity. Chiliano tested one more time. And he gets knocked down by Mike Messenger.
Capito with the overtime winner. The last time the Rush hosted a playoff game as he was playing for the Colorado Mammoth. That ended their playoff chances 6 years ago.
Now I believe the Rush are going to get called for an illegal substitution.
Absolutely, Cody.
Saskatchewan minor penalty. 2 minutes illegal substitution.
Rush Nation, I'll tell you what they think, but Georgia, for the 3rd time this game, is going to the power play. We need another look at this Frank Chiliano stop, though. Someone cue it up in the truck. This is ridiculous.
He looks like he's down and out, flashes the stick, flashes the green netting. Wow, that is by far one of the best saves you'll ever see as that was heading to the back of the net.
Cole up top on the power play. Lefty strong look. Hughes in the shooter spot. Cole for Lyle Thompson. He'll try and go high to the glove side again. This one won't be over and back. Saved by Cole. 7 seconds to work with. He'll jog this one down. Bomberry looking for 3. Cole looking for his second. Chiliano makes a save, and he dives back on the rebound.
And then Mike Messenger had to be careful there. Looks like he might have got his hand over that ball just for a split second. That's something you can't do in the crease.
Rush have a shorty already in this game. It came out of the stick of Austin Shanks. Brock Haley, the rookie, acquired via Vancouver on draft day. Mance, outside look. That'll peel some paint off the pipe as it heads into the stands where the Prince Albert Predators junior lacrosse team is sitting. Last year's PGLL champions, I may add. They kicked off their season last night against the Saskatchewan SWAT, 15-15 tie. Rush are shorthanded. They got a fresh 30 clock to work with. Clark Walter pushed back by Burns. Robert Church now. Church outside look. Defender got a stick in the way and the ball goes out of play.
Yeah, Jacob Hickey, the Duke product, breaking that one up, getting stick on stick right in time for Church to shoot that one into the sky.
Swarm power play, 37 seconds left on it. Triolo is serving, the too many men on the floor. Penalty. Q and Thompson up top. Jackson, crease side. Q walks to the middle. Lyle Thompson has it back over to Jackson, and they're going to wave this one off. Moving pick got called as Messenger was knocked down.
Yeah, certainly. They were calling the moving pick there on Weideman. Almost the second that ball ended up in the net, the whistle had already blown, or the intention to blow it was already made. That's why you see no goal there.
That's how close we were to a 7-7 ball game. Instead, the Rush escape, and they'll pick up their second penalty kill of the game. Remember, this is the 3rd pass penalty kill in the National Lacrosse League this season. Haley up top. Haley stopped by Dobson. Keenan hacking and whacking, trying to grab a loose ball, but a holding the stick call is coming. And the Rush will be going to the power play when we get back. 7-6 is the score. It's quarterfinals Saturday in SaskTel Center.
Head to NLL.com to find exclusive fan discount for your next vacation, courtesy of Hotel Planner, the official hotel reservations partner of the NLL. Well, Cody and John, you mentioned it was in 2018 that Austin Shanks was here in this building playing for the Rochester Nighthawks in the playoffs. He hasn't been back in the postseason since. When he was asked about that, how it felt that he had a return, he told the reporter, "How do you think it feels? It's been eating at me for 7 years." He told me earlier in the season that he wants that feeling of being back in the playoffs. He felt like this team would do it, but of course, one game's not going to be enough. The goal is to hoist the trophy, and that could be driving his play tonight. He opened up the game in scoring, and of course, he got that shorthanded goal, which has them 1-up right now. Cody?
Well, Austin Shanks has the rock right now. Rusher on the power play. It's their first of the contest. Down for Keenan. He'll play crease side. Brock Haley's adjacent on the floor. Shanks, little back pedal drag. Short side, ends up on the netting behind the goal pipes.
Again, lots of plays designed to try to get Austin Shanks into that spot that he loves just below the dot.
Lyle Thompson trying to go hip high on Frank Chiliano. Oh, it's save made. Grabbed by Jarrett Smith. Georgia scored at shorthanded 8 times this season. The Rush have allowed 12 shorthanded goals.
And Georgia on a 3-1 run since the start of the second half.
Man's up top on the power play. Righty strong look. Church down for Keenan. Mance, Church, Shanks trying to go short side again. Dobson steps to his right to kick it out. Minute left on the power play. Mance, Church. Another save made by Brett Dobson as the Rush are trying to pull it short side. Mance, little cut back. Has one in the game already. Brock Haley down for Keenan. Inside Shanks, and it's off the crossbar. Rebound, Church can't corral it.
Not sure if that was full crossbar. I think I got the knob of the stick of Dobson first there, Cody, as we've seen 2 impressive stick saves here in the second half.
Shanks led the Rush in the regular season with 12 power play goals. Keenan led them with 18 assists on the man advantage. Georgia shorthanded for the next 15 seconds. They can kill off the majority of them. Shane Jackson put one right in the crest of Chiliano.
Great job there by Georgia, taking all the time, taking almost the rest of the power play away from Saskatchewan.
Zach Mans turns on the burner, and Brent Dobson, another huge kick here in quarter number 3.
And they're going to call on Van Scheppen a shove from behind, so Saskatchewan's going to get the ball back here with a fresh 30, Cody.
Ryan Keenan down for Walter. Clark Walter scored in the second quarter. Robert Church with it net. One hand on his stick, trying to get to the middle. Finds Keenan, little backhand flip. Mans doesn't take it. Shanks again. Defender on him, flips it. Church, outside look. That one got blocked clean by Manley.
Manley, great play there on top of being all over Robert Church, then soaks that one and creates a transition opportunity here for Georgia.
Brendan Baumberry, 2 goals in this game. Remember, a year ago in the quarterfinals, he had a hat trick against the Buffalo Bandits. Georgia dropped that one in overtime.
Speaking of quarterfinals, Cody, you see on your screen right now, Vancouver up 9-3 on Rochester at halftime. Winner of that one's going to take on the Buffalo Bandits. So that one a little bit further spread. Again, nothing's really over in lacrosse, but love that you and I have this great competitive battle going on tonight.
Triolo, near side half wall, down for Brock Haley. Haley, rookie out of Whitby. Mance, Haley, bouncer. Didn't catch anything. Would be over and back. Haley has it, actually goes off of Ranigan and out of play. So that'll be a fresh 30 clock for Saskatchewan. Whether he meant to do it or not, that's perfect execution.
Well, you know, he's probably just trying to get that ball deep so Georgia has to take over down low, but a good bounce here for the rookie.
75 seconds left to go in the third. Church for Walter, put it at his boots. Mance, Church, denied.
First real good look there for Robert Church. Burns and Tarbell been all over him in conjunction.
Cole inside. Just whips it wide. Got hit hard by Boudreau.
He'll make a play, take the hit to make the play. He knew that Boudreau was all over him, but got a grade A chance away that almost had Chiliano beat.
Keenan now. See if he tries a 2-for-1 early shot here. Ends up getting blocked by Hickey. Walter has it. Walter will drive and he scores. second of the quarter for Saskatchewan.
Never mind the 2-for-1, just put it behind the goaltender Dobson as Clark Walter, his second career playoff goal, second of the evening, coming up big there. Walter just, Keenan's trying to, you can tell, he's trying to get the 2-for-1, trying to get the reset and then the timeout. That is blocked, but the bounce off the block off the head of Jacob Hickey goes right to Clark Walter. So Hickey makes a great play. Walter goes short side on Dobson. Another guy that you don't see shoot a whole ton, so you don't really know what he's gonna do with it. Clark Walter's got 2 tonight, his first 2 career playoff goals. And he's already got the, you know, the winning trophy for best mustache on the floor tonight.
Was shooting 17% in the regular season. And how about that face-off win? Not your traditional one by Naso. He didn't get the clamp, but the loose ball, he bats back. Naso got his box lacrosse first taste in October playing in Montana. I know the Missoula Wild are having a watch party on this one. This is the Rush up 8-6. Frank Chiliano to the bench. Up by 2. Church and Keenan on the restraining line. 5 seconds to run a play. Haley up top. Keenan shot goes wide. Shot clock will expire, as will the quarter clock. Saskatchewan gets another, his second of the game from Clark Walter. They lead 8-6. 45 down, 15 to go. It's the playoffs in Toontown.
NLL Unboxed is bringing lacrosse to schools and communities around North America. Do you want to be part of the next wave of lacrosse greats? Scan the code, nominate your school, and get in the game. Welcome back to the 4th quarter here in Sastel Center. We've got Co-op Field, and a guy we've got to watch out for in this is Lyle Thompson. Now, they might as well name the Sportsmanship Award of the Year after Lyle. He's won it 6 times. Nobody can say a bad word about him. Rush coach Jimmy Quinlan told me he's just an absolutely unbelievable human being who happens to be great at lacrosse. He's got just unbelievable feet. He's deceptive with his stick. He's not just his goal scorer, he's a playmaker too. You can't feel safe with a 2-goal lead when you've got a player like Lyle Thompson on the other team, guys.
And a guy that can score from anywhere is Lyle Thompson, and dish him with the best of them, as you saw in that first quarter, a couple of his passes to Bomberry. Thanks, Heather.
Georgia possession to start quarter number 4. Single game elimination first round in the National Lacrosse League. Winner takes on the Halifax Thunderbirds in a best-of-3 NLL semifinal. Lyle Thompson with the Rock was held goalless in their regular season meeting. He's got 1 tonight. Thompson inside Cole. Trying to go cross body. Might add some room there. Got it back as Bomberry's denied by Chiliano. Cole ends up knocking over Naso, who got the loose ball. Jake Naso, a guy who doesn't play a lot of defense out here. That's probably his 3rd defensive shift of the game, and now he draws a penalty.
Well, you saw it a little bit in the game against Ottawa. He's starting to stay and play a little bit more on both sides rather than taking the draw and running straight off.
Robert Church up top. Now Mans just got cross-checked in the ear. Could be a second call coming. Shanks for Keenan. His shot got blocked.
And we are going to see exactly that, Cody. We've got 2 separate calls. We've got one for check from behind, one for the cross check. So the Rush are about to go to an instant 5-on-3 here, Cody. Our back official had the call on his arm, the delayed penalty on Cole. And then you saw it there as Mans ate some turf. And there goes the second one, and a conversation all the way to the box by, I believe, Jacob Hickey.
Georgia 55, 2 minutes, checking from behind. Georgia, number 5, 2 minutes, illegal cross check, 5-on-3.
Well, you want to talk about a TSN turning point. I think this is something we'll be talking about after 60 minutes of play. If Georgia can kill it off, here's a crazy event. If Rush can score on the power play, even bigger. Mans is up top. Down for Keenan in the corner. Mans, Church, Shanks, crease side. Shanks, backdoor, Keenan, quick stick, count it! The captain on the power play puts the Rush up by 3.
And just like he did in the regular season, coming up with a big clutch goal against the Georgia Swarm. And Dobson is heading to the bench. he has an equipment issue. Pardon me, I thought he was campaigning for the challenge flag to be called, as he's got one of his pads coming off. He's going to need some tape. As we get a second look here on your screen of Ryan Keenan there, just a little tic-tac-toe passing. Austin Shanks, no looker. Ryan Keenan on a 5-on-3 power play. That's exactly what you want to do. Ball movement, get your shooters to their spots, and go ahead and take the quick stick opportunity.
Ryan Keenan had 6 power play goals in the regular season. He's now got 1 in the postseason. Second goal of the game. Keenan has 2 goals, 4 assists in his last 2 regular season contests against Georgia as well. Both of them low scoring. Dobson against Saskatchewan over those last 2 meetings, a 7.5 goals against average and an .810 save percentage. 35 saves already this evening on enemy soil. Lyle Thompson has it. Georgia still short-handed for another minute 22. Connell out of the corner. Thompson. Back for Bomberry. He's on hat-trick watch. Bomberry. Thompson. Bouncer. Kicked out. Connell got the rebound though. Thompson runs it back. Richie Connell. Rookie, 6'5", 210, out of Evergreen, Colorado. Handful to say the least. He is massive. Lyle Thompson walks on the co-op field logo. Happy to eat the next 10 seconds of the shot clock, but it's knocked away by Jake Boudreau. Here goes Jake Boudreau. He's already got 1 in the game. Boudreau, breakaway, scores! Power play marker. Jake Boudreau gives the Rush 10.
If there was one rookie to pick off this Rush team that doesn't look like he's playing his first career playoff game, it's been Jake Boudreau. He's been absolutely bringing it on both ends of the floor. Here, just a little play here is Thompson. Just that little stick poke, and he manages to get it out and then turn on the afterburners like he's in Top Gun and gets the power play goal over the shoulder of Dobson. The amount of running he's doing, I'd love to see one of those trackers on him, because he's been all over the floor tonight. He knows he's got a one-on-one opportunity with Dobson, pick his spot. He's got a few different shots, and he goes up and over the shoulder. And Cody, you talked about what a turning point that power play could be. We talked about the TSN turning point, and it has so far turned into exactly that. It's the opposite of what we saw in Buffalo last night, as Buffalo was the aggressor down 3-on-5. Meanwhile, the Rush couldn't draw it up any more perfect. Their power play struggled all year. They just go back-to-back power play goals here.
Plenty of time for the Swarm to work with. Ed Como and company, some of the best in the biz at making adjustments. As that one gets ripped, posted in, Shane Jackson lets it fly, and Georgia has a response.
There you go, Cody. We're talking about the good things the Rush did on that power play and the adjustments that Georgia's been making. You saw it right there. That was a new look for them, letting Shane Jackson carry it a little bit. Great pick set there on Naso, who was stuck out there again. As you mentioned, he hasn't taken many defensive shifts. They got Naso and McClellan on the same side. Cole with the hard pick, and that's the look that Ed Como and Georgia was looking for, and that's a goal to bring the energy level back down. This game is far from over, Cody, especially with how many dangerous weapons Georgia has. And the way that they like to run, they like to use so much of their depth. You know their legs might be a little fresher than Saskatchewan's.
Jeremy Thompson face-off win. Gets the Swarm possession. That lead back down to 3. Lyle Thompson up top. Over to Connell, the rookie. Outside. Cute. Bouncer. He's been quiet in this one. That one goes wide, and here goes Matt Hossack. 3 points already in the game, and Hossack pops it forward. He'll slow it down now. Waits as Bobby Kidd III is up top to help. Hands it off for Ryan Keenan. Keenan has Shanks and Church with him. Walter will be the 5th forward. Inside, Robert Church denied. Timely save again by Brett Dobson, up to 36 tonight. 11:15 left to go in quarter number 4. Shanks trying to get free. Church knocked down the defender. Walter for Keenan. Penalty coming up. Keenan now. Doesn't on the shot clock. Walter in the corner. Keenan back for Shanks. Backdoor Mance. Capito touches up in the corner, but a penalty coming against Georgia.
Yeah, we saw Church get away with a hard pick there, and then Ranigan coming up with another big hit, and both were of a similar play, but one draws a penalty there as Ranigan knocked down Church after he had a hard pick as well. And that's what you're going to see in playoff lacrosse. You're going to see a lot of physicality, but you got to be smart enough. You got to keep your head on your shoulders. You can't be stepping over that line. It's a fine line, but you can't step over it, especially the way the Rush power play has been cooking tonight.
Church, early shot there. He let it go 10 seconds into the power play. Bit of a different look here. Rush 2 for 3 on the man advantage. Shanks for Mance. Mance down to Haley. Brock Haley. Shanks. That shot got blocked by Wiedemann. Picked up and back the other way. Mance has to get back in transition. McIntosh throws a BTB right off the coconut.
Well, Frank Chiliano's head wasn't in exactly that position. That's in the net. That had top shelf marked all over it. What a great BTB shot by McIntosh.
Keenan for Church. Haley now pushes off Lyle Thompson. Shanks inside bouncer. Stopped by Dobson, and now Lyle Thompson might have a break, but Dobson overthrows the pass.
Well, Thompson was wide open. Just a bit of a misplay by Dobson. You haven't seen a lot of that. He's been fairly accurate the entire night of those long breakout passes that Georgia likes to run, and they've had so much success with it. With only 10 minutes left in a do-or-die game, you're going to see him empty the tank. The Rush have to be aware of that because you know Georgia's coming every chance they get.
Church down for Keenan, inside Shanks. Won't go. Shanks got knocked down, flipped up for Brian Cole. Brian Cole in transition now. Ends up going 1-on-2. Didn't get a lot of help right away as Bomberry couldn't get on the floor in time. Georgia scored shorthanded 8 times this season. Here's Q. Andrew Q. 4 game winners for the Swarm. Up top, Jackson over to Bomberry. Put it at his shins. Back the other way. Boudreau's going to knock it forward, and he's got a break. Boudreau hat-trick hunting. Over to Keenan. Keenan now knocked down. Boudreau trying to scoop up the loose ball. Call coming. Keenan's got to get out of the crease. Boudreau still has it. Back over to Hosek. Shot clock stopped for some reason. The refs are going to have to count this one in here. Shanks has it far side. 6-on-5. Chiliano's on the bench. Church up top. Shanks is there. Shanks back for Keenan. Behind him, refs are going to start counting this one down here. Mance inside, low bouncer to the corner, and Haley won't get a shot off before the shot clock expires. Saskatchewan, another power play opportunity, up by 3. Head to the man advantage when we come back.
Get ready for the playoffs with NLL Plus for free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, the league's new multi-viewer experience, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at NLL.com/plus. Territory restrictions apply. Right before we went to our commercial break, saw another foul committed by the Georgia Swarm, this time by Joey Capito, getting caught a little bit in no man's land, wrapping his arms around Ryan Keenan, taking him down with the old body slam. So that's why you're going to see a Rush power play here as we return to play after the chance by Jake Boudreau. Was looking for the hat trick, but I think the young man finally ran out of gas, Cody Jansen.
8 penalties now in the second half here. Georgia playing with fire. Rush on the power play. Lefty strong look. Manza's up top. Quick stick by Shanks is denied by Dobson.
But you mentioned it, Cody. Georgia, they know how to score shorthand. Was that 8 on the season?
That it is.
And you know they're going to be pushing here. You've already seen it a couple times where Dobson comes up with a stop and one of their penalty killers just shoots up the floor like they're shot out of a cannon. They're looking for that long stretch play. So that's what you're expecting to see here as they're down 3 late.
Q. Far side. Lyle Thompson. 5 shorthanded goals this season as Jake Boudreau soaks it.
Now Lyle Thompson's so dangerous, and Boudreau there, he's had himself one heck of a game. First career playoff game, and he's been all over both ends of the floor. 2 goals in this contest and playing great defensively.
Church and Shanks, the two righties on the floor. Mans is up top again. Quarterbacks the power play. Church to the middle. Couple of pump fakes, a low-to-low got blocked.
Boudreau's got 5 loose goals on the night, 2 created turnovers as well.
Keenan now, no shot clock reset. Ball in the corner. Shanks from an awkward angle. Dobson seals off the near pipe.
And this time the Rush changing it up a bit as Barnable was right near the timeline ready to meet that streaking Georgia Swarm player. The second Dobson had it in his stick.
6:50 left to go in regulation. Swarm down by 3. Shorthanded for the next 20 seconds. Bomberg for Connell. 7 on the shot clock. Big lefty forward out of Denver. 1-on-1 with Messenger. Works him back. Lyle Thompson bobbles it. Here goes Hossack in transition. Scored 4 in the regular season. Hossack goes airborne. He's denied by Dobson.
That's a great save there by Dobson as Hossack. You could hear the Super Mario boinged from up here. He's somehow able to keep his feet down and keep that one out.
Capito the other way in transition. Had help in the corner. Richie Connell's up top. Played 4 games in the regular season. In since Caleb Benedict is unavailable. He's still on the IR for Georgia. Shane Jackson to the middle. Big wind-up save made by Frank Shiliano.
Q didn't like that call, got vocal with the officials.
Keenan off the bench, denied by Dobson.
Another timely save there by Dobson, and Georgia able to push it up the floor, Cody.
Back from McIntosh, 5 holes, scores! It's a 2-goal game. The captain has another for the Swarm.
The Swarm right now are getting all their players down the floor, and the long stretch passes are connecting. What a 10-bell save there by Dobson. It's the old adage of a big save at one end leads to a goal at the other. There you see it. Dobson robs the Rush captain, Ryan Keenan, and coming down the other way, well, there's McIntosh, the Swarm captain. He goes one move and goes betwixt the pantaloons of Frank Shiliano and cutting the lead down to just 2 here as a hush falls over the SaskTel Center crowd.
What a game, Jordan McIntosh. And I know Georgia Swarm fans are like, ho-hum, nothing new, 2 goals. But again, it's his 10th career playoff game. He's just playing like a veteran, right? A leader there. He led the, he's leading the team block shots, loose balls. It's just something that Jordan McIntosh can do so well. And when his team needs him the most, he's got a clutch goal.
Well, down. One of the best 2-way players in the entire game, Cody. The fact that he can take both defensive and offensive possessions and play in transition.
Huge, huge. Inside, Shanks' pass got picked up. Mans caught back on defense here the other way. Partial break, inside look, Shiliano with the save. He opened the scoring in this game.
Mans is absolutely gassed. He's been out there for a while. He had to take a knee. He's shaken up trying to get off the floor there, but he's going to be stuck on defense again. If you're Georgia, watch for who Mans is on and try to take advantage here.
Big look to the middle for Cole. Out to Lyle Thompson. Thompson now puts this one right in the logo of Frank Shiliano.
And I think that's a shot selection that Lyle Thompson's going to want back. If you, again, take a look, you could see Mans was on Cole, but absolutely gassed. Cole was open for a good look in the middle there, Cody.
Ryan Keenan on the half wall now. Help comes in the form of Robert Church. Mike Triolo gets the rock now. Far side, round again. Spins back. Triolo, 6'8" forward, over to Keenan. 3 on the shot clock. Keenan, little spin back. Has to let something go, and he will. I believe that caught iron, the way that shot back.
It did, and they called for the reset there, so you heard the buzzer go for the shot clock violation, but just in the nick of time, that little dose of iron in his diet keeps the ball in the Rush sticks.
Haley Bouncer ends up going out of play. 4:11 left to go, quarter number 4. Georgia is storming back, but the Rush lead by 2. Down the stretch we go on Co-op Field.
The assist of the game is brought to you by Eero, and it's a connection betwixt the two men responsible for most of Saskatchewan's scoring. This one coming from Austin Shanks over to Ryan Keenan on a 5-on-3 power play to make this 9-6 at that point. As you see, Shanks looks it off. You could have two really there as Church goes behind the back over to Shanks, who connects with the captain, Ryan Keenan. That's your Eero assist of the game. That gave the Rush a 9-6 lead, but the Swarm have battled back, giving us just drama here in the dying moments of this one. A one-game quarterfinal series, 10-8. The Rush lead the Swarm, 4:06 left. Don't go anywhere, folks.
Swarm have the ball. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. Quarterfinal Saturday in the NLL. Lyle Thompson, pushed back by Holden Garland, flips it. Bomberry for the hat trick tonight.
And Bomberry's been outstanding, especially in the first half of this one. That one rang off the melon there of Chiliano. As you take a look, another game not quite as close here in the quarterfinals as Rochester is down 11-4 to Vancouver. Vancouver still has not lost since acquiring Christian Del Bianco and looking like they might be punching their ticket to the semis.
Shanks, hat trick, no. Waved off, he was in the crease.
Pretty instantaneous call, but you know that Jimmy Quinlan, Derek Keenan going to get the iPad out, get a look at that one. Keenan's got the red challenge marker in his right hand right now, Cody, and not the best throw, as you didn't see it on your screen, but Keenan went to throw the challenge flag. It went off the head of Mike Triello and barely made it out of the Rush bench. He is obviously going to challenge here whether or not Shanks was in the crease on this one. We know the truck's going to get us a second look at this, but I was too busy laughing at that. You know, we've seen Jimmy Quinlan. Maybe Jimmy Quinlan should be the one holding on to the red flag because he's yarded that thing across. Derek Keenan instead runs into the 6'8" coconut of Mike Triolo. So we're going to get a couple looks here. Our officiating crew is going to have to take a look at this one. And I even like this, Cody. If you're Saskatchewan, with a 10-8 lead in the dying moments, you're probably not using your timeout anyway.
Says,
take this opportunity on a bang-bang play to see if this goal is good. And you're also going to get to calm everybody down here as we're getting a second look. Can't quite see his toe.
We're looking at that right foot. The left one looks good. It's his right toe. Right away, as Brett Dobson says he's in. Here's going to be a perfect look. As it's that right foot, it looks like it's a white shoe on a white line.
Yeah, our camera
I'm not
crew.
saying that's all we got to see, but I think we've seen enough that it's pretty conclusive. The refs got this one right. And both refs were waving it off, right? So both of them had great positioning. Here you get another look in slow-mo.
Yeah, and this is the angle. It gets a little as our camera crew is following the ball on this one. It's going towards Dobson. But even at the end of that, you can see a pretty clear look there on your screens that right foot looks like it was in. He hides it a bit. His shoulders hide it on that overhead look. But I think it was that first look that we got a look at, Cody, that was pretty conclusive. And even there you can see just for a blurry second that, yeah, it does look like that white shoe is on the white line. So Saskatchewan's going to lose their timeout here in the dying moments of this one. But I think if you're calling a timeout, you're probably doing it there anyways. That challenge gave him an opportunity to take a second look at this. And Georgia was in a pretty dangerous offensive position once the flag made it onto the turf.
Georgia scored 2 straight. They're building some momentum. This is a bit of a timeout / challenge as we get a great zoom in there. I don't think you can see Green. And just because he elevates that foot after, he still had the ball while he was stepping in the crease, that automatically gets blown down. Well, Shanks got to the middle, though. He got around his defender, fine, but you got to stay out of the crease.
Well, and I think that's it. I think this is another one of those cases. Had it been called goal on the floor, it might stay just because, again, you see that brief second here where it looks like it's white on white, but then as Shanks' right foot comes up, you do see a little bit of green. That's the beauty of the neon green turf, is it's pretty clear here in Saskatoon whether or not somebody's in. But I mean, my vote is, and I haven't been the most accurate on these, I don't think that we're going to see this counted as a goal, but it is pretty darn close, Cody.
How about the job Brett Dobson's done tonight, though? He's made 45 saves in Saskatchewan. Not an easy place to play. I thought this has been awesome for his second career playoff game.
No, certainly. He always comes to play against Saskatchewan. We talked about it. 8-10 save percentage his last 2 games against the Rush.
After review, it's determined that the shooter was in the crease prior to the ball crossing the goal line. We have no goal. Crease ball.
So unlike most times, we were correct on that one, Cody. Our officiating crew always gets it right. Us up here in the booth, not so much. But again, you mentioned it. It was a bit of a timeout, and the Swarm were looking dangerous. The Rush were a little disjointed on defense when they finally got the challenge flag out, so broke up that play, and now Georgia, with 16 left on the shot clock, is going to go back to work.
So Lyle Thompson will have the ball right in front of the Georgia Swarm bench. And I believe they'll start it up here because that's where the ball was when the challenge flag was thrown. I know they said it'll start back in the crease, but the officials are going to discuss this.
Yeah, it should be where the ball was when it was blown dead. It's just the Rush defenders now a chance to plant their feet and not have to worry, because when this thing came out, Thompson was just seeing a mess of green in front of him. He had chaos, and he looked like he was going to take advantage. So,
and they don't reset the shot clock either, so Georgia still has 16 seconds to work with. It's not a full 30 clock. 3:13 left to go in the fourth. Swarm down by 2.
Meanwhile, Vancouver still up 7 in their game.
Thompson over to Q, got himself free. Q to the net, stopped by Chiliano.
If I was a betting man, Cody, my bet would be on Andrew Q to get one here in the dying moments for Georgia. He's been clutch for them all season long. He's had a few great chances, but hasn't been able to bury one. I feel like one's coming for Q here in the last 2:44.
Walter to Church. Church to the middle. Shanks set the pick. Pass back for Austin Shanks. It's above his head. Wiedemann pushes him into the boards.
And now Georgia's going to run, and you're going to see this for the final dying moments of this game, and Saskatchewan's got to be ready for it. Georgia's ability in transition has forced forwards out there on defense a handful of times, and they've been able to take advantage. So watch for that here, or even if the defense gets out, they've got the matchups they want.
Brian Cole's going to drive. He'll avoid the crease. Cole now to the middle. Let him get his hands free. Got his own rebound. Twister denied by Chiliano as well.
2 big saves there by Frank Chiliano. He's been huge. That he hasn't seen quite as many shots as Dobson to our right, but Chiliano now.
Keenan to the net, denied by Dobson.
I'm glad he did that. Gave me a moment to do the math. 37 saves, Cody. I was struggling with that for a second.
Swarm possession. Minute 40 left to go in the fourth. Dobson still staying in the net right now. Now they'll pull. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Lyle Thompson has it up top. 94 points in the regular season. Thompson gets the pass back from Cole. Bomberry, 2 in the game, behind the net. Pass goes back out to him. This could be over and back if Lyle Thompson can't get there in time. Boudreau's going to scoop it up. Boudreau on a breakaway. Count it! 3 for 43, and the Rush have 11.
In 2017, it was an empty netter that changed it and allowed Georgia to win. This time, Jake Boudreau into an empty net, and that should seal it here tonight for Saskatchewan. Georgia with Dobson on the bench. Bit of a broken play. Thompson can't quite get there. And Boudreau, for the 3rd time on a breakaway, this time with no goaltender to challenge or beat, puts it into the net. And that is the look of a young man who's played his heart out. His first career playoff game, gets a hat trick on top of scooping loose balls, on top of causing turnovers. Jake Boudreau, welcome to the postseason. 6 loose balls, 2 caused turnovers as well.
It's under 2 minutes, so they will review it. Interesting there, where I thought Lyle Thompson might have had a chance on the backtrack, but he's played 35 minutes tonight. I get it. Probably exhausted there, and it's tough to beat Boudreau in a foot race on a good day.
Oh, no, certainly. You see the speed of Boudreau, and you can see Thompson coming off. He wanted the defender coming on, even signaled to him, like, get the ball, I'm bagged, I'm bagged. Making the signal to get the fresh set of legs on there, but Boudreau just too fast.
25 regular season goals for Jake Boudreau. Now you get to the real season. The kid from Brampton has a hat trick. Naso and Thompson back at the strike. Battle ensues. Henrik scoops up the loose ball, and the Swarm will get a timeout.
You talk about timely wins, and that was Jeremy Thompson right there with a timely face-off win against Jake Naso. Naso has been the better of the two face-off warriors in this one, but Thompson, when his team needs it, the veteran coming up with his 8th win on the night on 23 draws. And George able to call a timeout. If they get one quick and Thompson's able to come up big again, they're still very much in this game, Cody. But just a massive win there by the veteran Thompson. He's been in that spot before. He's been in that spot for the Saskatchewan Rush before, as you still see a lot of the number 24 jerseys hanging around. Needless to say, unlike back in 2017, Cody, I don't think you're going to see Frank Chiliano leave the net. I think Chiliano's going to stay here. We're not going to see that 6-on-6. Saskatoon would riot, and I would once again have to go back to copying and pasting my response on why it was done into my cell phone. The fans here on their feet.
Lyle Thompson bounces it over. Got it right back. Lyle Thompson saved made by Chiliano. Rebound. Cole scores. Quick strike. George is down by 2.
That's exactly what they needed, Cody. They needed a quick one. Cole has been able to win the battle in the middle most of the night, especially with the extra man there. Cole able to get down low. He's had himself a good game. Automatic review and all goals under the couple minutes, but you know that one's going to be good as these Johnny on the spot there is Cole. As Chiliano tries to kick that one out of harm's way, but instead he kicks it right to Cole, and he scores. And now I talked about how huge the face-off battle was. Georgia needed a win, and Jeremy Thompson came up huge. Georgia needs another win. Jeremy Thompson has a chance to do what he did last time and come up huge. With 57.5 seconds left, you know that's 2 full 30s, Cody.
Hey, I know there's some people who can't stand face-off guys, Fogos, whatever you want to call them.
Good goal.
It's a good goal, but I love this face-off battle.
Oh,
when you
100%.
get a heavyweight tilt at the dot, it makes this game so much better. Naso, Thompson, 57 seconds left. Rush up 2. SaskTel center locked in. Loose ball scooped up by Boudreau.
And a big win there for Naso, who's got it now, Cody.
Naso to the empty net. There you go. Rush Nation, you can pound your chest one more time. They're heading to the semifinals.
This morning at practice, Jake Naso was getting some extra reps in. You know who he was taking those reps against? His head coach, Derek Keenan. It's how they closed out shoot-around this morning. We talked about this team needing to be loose. This is a big moment for basically 3/4 of their roster making their playoff debuts. One of those was Jake Naso, so they ended practice with Naso going head-to-head with Keenan. And I will say, Keenan got him clean a couple times.
Yeah, he certainly didn't go early.
No. Just ask him, he'll tell you.
Jake Naso had 2 in the regular season. Now he's got 1 in the playoffs. And that is that breathing room Saskatchewan needed. 47 seconds left. Jeremy Thompson goes early. You got to try something to beat the Duke star, Jake Naso. He holds the record with 1,001 face-off wins with the Blue Devils. That's 7th in the NCAA all-time. He's making his presence felt in his rookie season in the NLL. Here's Mike Messenger. He'll roll around, cross-checked into the corner, trying to kill off the remaining 10 seconds. Messenger shovels this one down. Thompson looks to airmail one. 15 seconds left to go. Quarterfinal Saturday on Co-op Field. Boudreau with the breakaway. Runs it down on Dobson and he scores. Make it 4 for 43.
What a playoff debut, Cody. If you had told me that a Rush player would have 4 goals tonight, I'm not going to lie, I was not going to pick Jake Boudreau. I'd say Shanks, Ans, Church, Keaton, Walter, Triolo.
How about the transition player of the year?
I mean, you and I have been making the case for that for a while. I think he's got to get some votes. He's got to get some votes for that.
I'll take him. He will defend the best of the best, and in transition, straight cash. 5 seconds left. Rush Nation, take it away. "2,513 days between playoff victories. The Saskatchewan Rush are moving on to round 2.
Love seeing that they're back as Derek Keenan now has moved into first all-time with 20 career playoff wins. The head coach and Jake Naso's opponent for faceoffs this morning, Frank Chiliano, has just silenced the doubters about playoff Frank, coming up with a massive performance tonight.
38 saves, 10 in the fourth quarter. Just some big saves early, too. Right after allowing those first 2, you could see it. You could feel it in the building. The tension was there, but he stops the bleeding.
And in the face-off line, you see they're having a nice conversation with Dobson. Dobson also great as well, as the Rush fire 59 shots at him. It was just their night tonight. They got moving. And how about the prediction there by you, Cody Jansen? The 5-on-3 here in this fourth quarter, the 2 penalties, you said it could be the TSN turning point. I thought it was going to be like the 5-on-3 in Buffalo last night, that Georgia was going to take advantage shorthanded because they've been so good at running the ball. Instead, it was Saskatchewan, their much maligned power play. We've talked about it on and off air the entire season, how it hasn't been great. It came up big in their biggest moment of their year.
And the Rush scored 2 on that 5-on-3, but right after that, Georgia scored back-to-back goals. So if those power play goals don't happen, I don't need to, be a rocket scientist to tell you that this is a different ball game. But end of the day, I think that there was a few other factors. In Saskatchewan, home floor advantage. It's been 7 years. It's been too long. You can see the fans just loving it as there's Jake Boudreau, Robert Church, Matt Hossick's down the floor. Fans are going wild in here. It's been 7 years, and this place got an incredible showing. Saskatchewan now faces Halifax in the NLL semifinals.
Their kryptonite, Halifax. You can't call it a rivalry, as Halifax has been running away with every game they've played against Saskatchewan. They are the Rush's kryptonite. Ironic for the guys wearing green, as the hero of the game, the hero of the playoffs so far for Saskatchewan, is down on the floor with Heather Morrison. Take it away, Heather, with Jake Boudreau.
Jake Boudreau, has anyone ever told you that you're a defender? We were talking the other week, and you said, I'm nervous about the playoffs. I'm hoping that I can play at the top of my game. 4 goals tonight. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I was missing a couple breakaways earlier in the year, so it's good to go now.
You're a true sportsman. You can't let those 2 breakaways go. Now, let's talk about this playoff game and this crowd tonight. How did this help lift the team up in those moments where you needed it?
It was good. I mean, we always start slow, and we did that again tonight. So, yeah, it helps. Like when we score, and the energy's back immediately, so it's awesome for us.
Great energy to the team tonight. How do you take this into the semifinals?
Just stay humble. 1 win doesn't define us, and we still have a long way to go.
All right, Jake. Make sure you celebrate yourself. You did a great job tonight.
Thank you.
Awesome, Heather, with Jake Boudreau. Stay humble. I love the way he said it. It was almost like, you and I are longtime sports broadcasters, and hearing cliches sometimes you kind of roll your eyes, but it seems like that is the messaging to all these young guys. Stay humble. 1 game doesn't define us, and now you get your biggest thorn in the side in Halifax.
Have yourself a night, Jake Boudreau. 4 goals, 7 loose balls, 3 caused turnovers, and 1 blocked shot. But it's a victory for Saskatchewan. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, thanks for hanging out with us all year long. Saskatchewan will play Halifax in the league's semifinals. Final score tonight, 13-9. Produced by Jackson Farrow, directed by Beth McBride. 2 of the best in the business. It's been an NLL production in association with Dome Productions. Coordinating producer for the NLL, Scott Zillatoro. Manager of broadcast, Michael Pettit. And the executive producer of the NLL, it's Joel Fell. Good night from Saskatchewan.